Okay, my phone keeps telling me I have no storage, so I'm not sure what's going on, but I'm going to try to get through this pretty quick. I have a short list of marital advice, and this is because we have a daughter getting married tomorrow, and also just want to help people out. I think that if I had known some of these things going into my marriage, that I would have saved myself a little bit of trouble and a little bit of heartache. But you know what? Sometimes even when you know all the advice and all the wisdom, it's you sometimes you just gotta fail to learn it for yourself, which is what I had to do. But anyways, let's get right into this. Number one tip for how to be a good wife is forget equality. And this is very hard to do. It's a hard pill to swallow in this time that we live in. Men and women are not equal, and you cannot expect that you're going to be equal in marriage. You can't expect that you're going to get the same amount of time out with your friends that he gets out with his friends, and you can't expect that he's going to have to do half of the chores and whatnot. So you just get rid of that idea altogether right at in the front, and save yourself a little bit of struggling there. And if you can figure that out, it's very hard to do though, and I understand that. Number two is have clear expectations, and that is ask him what his expectations are for you. We don't have clear expectations for our husbands, but you find out what he expects of you, and the easiest way to do this is ask him. Make sure that, and put it in even in a practical way. You can say something like, what are the top five chores that you'd like to see done around the house, or what would you like to see accomplished? And just have him telling you this was an eye opener for me, and it took me, I think it was like 5 years at least 5 years to learn some things that I wasn't doing that he thought was important. So clear expectations. Also, one other thing that he set before me early on, and this was when we were dating, was that it was a very clear expectation for me to submit to him, and going into the marriage, that was a boon to our marriage because I already knew it going in. So clear expectations. Number three is don't sweat the small stuff, and that is big, because that's what happens in the day-to-day grind. That once you're past that honeymoon phase, that's what this is the practical stuff that's going to get you through the everyday nitty-gritty. And let me use an example here. You wake up in the morning, you're having a great day, you're getting a lot done. You've just mopped and swept and cleaned your floor, and here comes your husband trekking in muddy boots and taking them off and getting dirt all over the floor. Well, you can either, one, get upset and get your feelings hurt and start cursing him, or you can swallow your pride and start cleaning up. And then when it comes down to it, when it boils down to is how much time does it really take to clean up something, and how much time does it take to get mad, get in a fight, then get over it, and wouldn't we rather just spare ourselves the emotional upheaval of all that and just clean up the dirt? It doesn't take but 5-10 minutes, and it's not worth all the emotional drama that getting upset would cause. So don't sweat the small stuff. What am I on? 4? So 4, let's see, learn how to control your tongue. And this is huge. It's not really taught at all. But we don't have to say the first thing that pops into our head. Usually that's probably not a good thing, not a good thing that pops into our head. So if we take a minute, step back from the situation, even pray about it, and think about it, and maybe decide that we don't want to say what we actually thought we wanted to say. And that could have caused me so much, could have spared me so much emotional baggage, just anyways. learning how to control your tongue. You don't have to say what you want to say immediately. Just wait a bit, and maybe it'll pass. And maybe you can say something a little bit more kind and soft. Okay, and number 5 is I hear a lot, I wish marriage came with an instruction manual. Well, guess what? It does. And it's very old and very thorough. It's called the Bible, and it will tell you everything you'll want to know about marriage because it's written by the one and only that created marriage. So everything you want to know, it's in there. And I want to share this little quick revelation I had not too long ago, actually. It was pretty recently. And, I sometimes would start to get down a little bit thinking, well, the Bible's pretty much written to men, pretty much, that you can see it throughout, you can see it's men that are primarily the movers and shakers of the book, and women, they have an important role, but they're sort of, they're on the sidelines. So anyways, thinking, I feel like I'm saying anyways a lot right now. Sorry. But my revelation was, if this is the metaphor that I love to use, that the man is likened unto Christ in the Bible, and the woman is likened unto the church. So they're a metaphor. And so if the woman is the church, then technically the whole book is written to her. Because the whole book is God's word to his people and instructions how to live. So there you go. The whole book is written to women. And, a lot of times if you substitute out, if it's an instruction that either Jesus is making to the church or, even in the Old Testament throughout, if you substitute out the nouns, you put in the microcosm, the man and wife, in for the God and people, you get specific instructions on how a woman is to relate to her husband. It's miraculous and eye-opening, and try it. It works. Anyways, if you're looking for a secondary, modern help book, I would definitely recommend Debbie Pearl's Created to Be His Helpmeet, or A Helpmeet. Debbie Pearl's Created to Be a Helpmeet. We're going to give a copy of it to Zach's daughter, even though I don't know if it'll be accepted very well, but we're still going to hope and pray that it will get peeked in at times. This is a book that I read, and it helped me a lot. And she's very thorough as far as what the Bible says to women, and she's hardcore. She gets most of it right. She stops a little bit short of where we would go, but she gets most of it right. And you can tell she's pretty spot on because of all the hate she gets from the secular world. People hate on her and her husband a lot. But anyways, that's a wrap. 8 minutes, and my storage has not cut out on me. I gotta figure out what's going on with this phone. But anyways, I hope y'all are staying warm, and hopefully some of the ladies can chime in on some pieces of advice that they got that helped them, and look forward to y'all's comments. Thank you. Bye-bye.